All right, guys, today we're going to be doing our S650 carbon fiber intake manifold. We're going to...
Ron, shut the fuck up!
All right, guys, today we're going to be testing our S650 carbon fiber intake manifold, obviously for the 24 and up Mustang. We've been working on tuning for a while to get the RPM and get the power curve where we want it with the factory manifold, and we're pretty happy with where it is. So we got that ironed out. We're going to swap over to our carbon intake manifold so we can get a nice comparison for you guys. So let's dive into it. We wanted to show shameless plug on some of our products here that we actually have on the factory manifold to make it work for a boosted application. So on the back you have IMRC canisters on the stock cars which actuate the IMRC flaps inside the intake manifold. So we have our lockout arms on it. This is something you're going to want to do in a boosted application. I'm going to take these off, or take one of these off for you so you can actually see how this works and explain why you don't want it on a boosted car. All right, so the runner, when it's locked open, it looks like that. So that's you're basically wide open throttle. The top half of the RPM range, it's gonna look that way. At the bottom half of the RPM range, this flap's gonna be shut. And essentially what it does is it blocks off the intake runner, giving essentially the engine a smaller intake runner, which therefore gives the motor a little more torque at the bottom RPM range. So in a boosted application, when you're trying to build boost, you really do not want that runner shut because you're really impeding airflow. So that actually hurts getting the turbos into boost pressure. So these are really a necessary evil whenever you're running the factory intake manifold. So like I said, this is something we sell. It's a nice little option for you. It slides right on there, holds that open, reuse the factory bolts, a real simple solution. The other thing that we have for a factory manifold, if you're going boosted application, on the front here, this is a vacuum line that will no longer be used for the crankcase vent stuff. So what we do is we make this block. It's real simple. It's got an O-ring in it. It acts similar to a quick connect, and it pops on here like that. You'll slide your bolt in to lock it down, and then you're able to use different fittings if you want to run a boost controller, a boost gauge, something like that. You have different fittings, different hose options, and this basically converts this large quick connect over to an 1/8 inch NPT, and there's two connections on this block. The factory car has basically, let's just call it this. Let's call it a vacuum only sensor. So it'll read up to 1 bar, which is 1 atmospheric pressure, and then down from there. So essentially the factory sensor is able to read vacuum and up to 0 pressure. When you go to a boosted application, more than likely your tuner is going to require you to change that map sensor. There's a lot of different options from Ford, map sensor wise, that you can be running. So this is a EcoBoost sensor that we end up having to cut the cage off of because they're real bulky and they're really long. The easiest way for us to deal with that, because of our adapter over here that we're running on the back of our intake manifold, it's obviously set up to run this bolt pattern for the sensors, the depth of it, we didn't want to have to make it too tall, too bulky, so it's easier just to snip the cage off. This is still really well supported. It's a temp sensor and a pressure sensor, so it does have a lot of support in there, and there's actually support. It's still completely covered once you get it in there. So the nice thing is, the whole point behind us doing this adapter was, if you ever switch the car over to a standalone down the road, or you need to do a different map sensor or something along those lines, you can literally unscrew this adapter, thread a standard 8th NPT map sensor in, and you're ready to go. So it gives you more flexibility. You can run factory sensor, you can run an aftermarket sensor in this manifold. It basically is designed to work with whatever you want to run. We're gonna go ahead, swap all this over, get it on the car.
First Amendment protection.
All right, guys, we got the carbon intake on the S650. Everything's good, check for leaks. We're solid, we're good to go. We're gonna show you guys the clip of the original intake, the stock intake manifold, show you the power numbers it made. All right, now we're gonna make some pulls with the new intake manifold. As I said before, we're gonna do the same boost level. We're not changing anything in the tuning. The only thing we're gonna do is log it and show you the new power update. So, dude, it actually did go out to almost 77 that time. Indicated torque was all good, driving a man. So we were at 26.8. So that's pretty much exactly like 12, 13 pounds. So 14, yeah, 12 pounds, yeah. So what else do we got here? Let's see. Yeah, everything looks good. We're good on fuel pressure. Air feels right. Yeah, other than just gaining power, we'll take it. We didn't change any boost. We lost, what do we figure, about 5 foot-pounds, 10 foot-pounds, not 8 foot-pounds of torque roughly, ish. So, blue was the last pull. We moved it out to, peak moved out from 69 to 72, which we kind of figured. And then it started to roll out. So that tells me, you know, looking at this, if we start turning more and more RPM, it's just gonna continue to climb peak power wise. Because we're still on an up ramp right there, right before we start nosing out around 76-ish. So that's a pretty solid gain. I will take that.
Flow job, start to finish, I'll buy you a fucking oil ring with my HSH. She's like, oh, deal. Because I didn't want to come all frisked up for Ron. You know, it's been a few days since I skied. So
no, I feel you. I feel you.
Ron probably would have rather me.
Well, and you got to watch with Ron.
Yeah.
What the fuck does that mean?
Yeah, Kyle told me you jerk off for 3 weeks, man. What's up with that?
In my opinion, this makes sense on the initial hit because it allowed the chargers, there's like less restriction.
Yeah.
Charger hits. And then it actually starts using the plenum and the runner design, which is obviously not going to be as torquey, and then carries up through. But I mean, you can see the factory manifold lay flat and then fall off. That is just continuing to go up. So I mean, it's like I was telling Huggy, the thing is like, right before we made the pull, I'm like, all right, I'm always waiting for the CFD and the software to like screw me and let me down. And so far, it hasn't. So.
Yeah.
All right, we got Rick here barring the shop per usual.
I'm always mooching. What's up, y'all?
He's trying to get a job here.
Yep.
I told Ron I'm not to fire him if he takes a spot. But anyway, what'd you do today?
So, the new S400 series Emperor kit is now on the black truck. We went with the S467, got the big AF intake, and yeah, John rips. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So,
Spoolie boy.
Obviously you haven't driven it yet.
No, not
But you just loaded a file in. What do you think is going to happen?
yet. I don't know.
You think you're going to like it over the 300, or you think you're going to like the 400 better?
I think I like this better. I did like my 300, but bigger is always better. That's what they say in the South, you know. So
Yeah, that's what they say. Is that why your truck's black?
that is why my truck's black.
Okay.
We put street tires on it now, guys, because you know, race truck.
Oh,
you know.
wow. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but super excited. So hopefully it's gonna spool pretty dang good. It sounds nice.
So, how was the monster intake to put on?
Super easy.
Okay.
Super easy install. The mounting, I like the way it's designed. This mount bracket right here, which goes off of a factory stud you already have. They supply a nut.
Yeah.
Bada bing, bada boom.
So we did it's like a stainless bracket that runs down to the valve cover, but it allows everything to move. So you don't have to worry about breaking a bracket or anything. And we use pretty much all the space.
Oh, yeah.
So was that a pain in the butt? Or?
No, not bad.
Okay.
I mean, it is legit, like, as much room as you can get, like, perfect.
What'd you think, Ron? Was it all right?
It wasn't bad. I mean, I watched Rick like playing with it, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I probably egged him on more. I'm like, dude, if you need a hand, I'll give it to you. But, you know what I mean? And he's like, no, I got it.
That's usually how it goes around here, you know?
It only took like 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so we're super excited.
Sweet. So
Fire it up.
you're going to have this at UCC, right?
Yeah. Yep.
He's
So-
racing it.
Well,
Oh, shit.
well,
Yeah.
in the parking lot at the Hotel 6,
we're
Motel
gonna put
6.
We're gonna put the CP4 back
Well,
in it.
if somebody wants to check it out, then
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
it'll be
Yeah,
out
this will
there.
definitely be in the booth at UCC. Shout out to these guys for always having me there. So, yeah. See what else we
Fire
can
up.
do. Fire up.
Fire up.
See if you got some gas in it.
All right, brother.
All right, brother. Catch y'all on the flippity clock.